Okay guys, welcome back. Today I'm showing you this beautiful model home here in Sienna. Sienna is located in Missouri City, Texas. If you're not familiar with Missouri City, Texas, it's southwest of Houston. You're looking around about 20, 30 minutes. A lot of people love living in this community because it has some great schools, great amenities, everything you want for when you're looking for a home. So we're gonna get into it and we're gonna take a look at this beautiful model home by Highland. Okay, so real quick before we get into showing this beautiful model home, a couple of things. This particular model is a 216 floor plan. We're going to be looking at elevation M. This home starts at 619. You're going to see, like a lot of my model homes I'll show you, a lot of great upgrades, a lot of beautiful things that you can see this builder actually, particularly this builder Highland, has put into this home. I'm kind of biased. I own a Highland home, so I like the product. I know it's pretty consistent. Also, they got a lot of different incentives that's going on right now. One of them is actually getting a new generator. If you decide to buy a home between now, June 1st, and the end of August 31st, you can actually get a generator. Why is that important? We live on the Gulf Coast. Sometimes we have storms. Sometimes we lose power. With a generator, you don't have to worry about that. You can continue your lifestyle, continue living without being interrupted. So that's a cool thing if you're looking to buy right now. With that being said, we're going to take a look at this home. This home is a 4-bedroom. You're looking at 3.5 bath. You're also looking at a 3-car garage. So plenty of space. We're looking over 3,000 square feet. So nice size home. As you can see, it's bricked all the way around, which I think is really cool, especially if you're buying a home at this price point. You really want something that's going to be consistent and something that's pretty sturdy. Now, as you walk in your entranceway, you can actually see on the right-hand side this beautiful office. I like this office. They did something that a lot of model homes do. They went in, they decided to go all the way around and do wallpaper, which it makes the room, comes to life. It brings a little bit, just bring a little color to the home. And so you're going to see this particular model that they went with a lot of bronze, brown, warm tones. Like I said in previous videos, you're starting to notice a lot of people doing that. It just makes the house look bigger. And it also gives you a different feel when you walk in. It feels more homely. So this is a particular office. You got double doors. You can open and close. So if you're doing work from home, you like to be quiet, you're at the front of the house, you can have your doors closed. Now, as we work our way across the hallway, you're going to see the first bedroom. Traditional bedroom, high ceilings. Once again, you notice all builders, one story, they're definitely going with high ceilings so you can feel like the home is not on top of you, which we're talking about 20 feet ceilings. You got your doorway, 8 feet doors, so plenty of space. Also, this room connects to another room, so you got a Jack and Jill. You have your own little closet right here. Walk in. You also have a linen closet right there, so you can get your linen. And then, of course, you have your own sink, vanity area. And then in this particular area, you have your shower tub. And then, like I said, it connects as a Jack and Jill. Okay, so we're going to kind of work our way back through here. Second room, again, similar. This is more of an athletic theme. I think you got a guy trying to climb a rock climbing wall, but it's just your traditional bedroom. Plenty of space. You have your closet, like I said, more of a walk-in, and it's right off the actual kitchen. So we'll kind of go through that as well, show you that. One thing I forgot to mention is when you walk in through this home, you're going to actually see not only the layout is a little bit different than some of the other homes, but what you see with Highland, they have a lot of traditional consistencies through their builds. And so you'll see some of these same things if you look at even a lower end Highland home all the way into their higher end home. So they have a lot of consistency. So one thing I messed up on, I need to go back and we need to take a look at the media room. The media room is right off the hallway as well. And so when you walk into this house, a lot of the things that you're going to notice as we're going through is that you're going to see a lot of different colors. They like to break it up. And so above us, you got a little bit of beam work that you see, as well as you have obviously your lighting, your typical light fixtures that you're seeing walking all the way through. Now, when you come in here to the media room, which I'm always a fan of the media room, a great place to relax. They went dark colors so you can feel that like movie theater feel. You got some, they actually put some wood like flooring above to try to break up the ceiling. You got surround sound, so you're looking at 5 speakers. Of course, they got a couch, and you got 2 just love seats where you can just sit here, relax, watch your game, just enjoy yourself. I mean, it's pretty like a nice peaceful space. I mean, and then you have the fan too. So depends on how you like it. Obviously, if you are having a projector, you probably will have to get clearance to make sure you can have your projector and your screen, so you don't have it going through the fan. But you have a professional do that, and it shouldn't be a problem. Or you just pick that option of not having a fan in here. It just depends on you. So it's something that you can think about. Also, as you walk through, you can see the floor, the different pattern. I want to say a herringbone pattern going through the hallway, and then you get your traditional flow with your actual wood flooring. Here, you do have the double doors, so you can kind of close it off right there. Not bad. So you can definitely have that, shut it off, and have some entertainment, enjoy it. And then, like I was saying earlier, when you walk out of the second bedroom, then you work your way here into the living room, dining room, kitchen, and then you have a little bit of a sitting area. So one of the things that really highlights the home, like most homes, is the kitchen. I love this. I love this double island. One thing that I would tell you that with this particular floor plan and the way it's set up, some things won't be in some of the other floor plans. Like for example, you see the cabinetry with the glass. This definitely is an upgrade. This is something that if you choose to do that, you do get a little bit more luxury feel with that, but that's an upgrade. Now, you also have your five burner stove, which is cool. And then you have a double oven, and then you also have your microwave, which is something that is not standard. It's an upgrade as well, which I like both having double ovens, especially family. You like to gather, you like to entertain. It's good to have both two ovens for cooking. Also, you got Wi-Fi Connect, so you can get the Wi-Fi Connect as well, so you can kind of manage it via app. Now, here's the one thing I want to make sure I point out, because a lot of people probably notice this in a lot of new homes. So one of the things you're noticing is this plug. So some people think it was just designed. They say, hey, it's just one of the new perks of new homes. You put the plug in the actual island. Well, that's not the case. It's because permits have changed. So now, if you're going to have any plugs that usually will be on the side of your island, if you want to plug up some of your, like you have your can opener, your coffee, things like that, you no longer can do that. It's now required that you actually have a plug within the island. That's for safety reasons. So you see those different plugs throughout with builders. That's because now we have a new code that you have to have those above on the island, not on the side. All right. Of course, you got plenty of cabinetry. Now, what you're going to see as you work your way across, this area is going to be coming from your garage. So you're looking at a 3-car tandem garage. So plenty of space. If you got multiple cars or you just want more storage, you got plenty of space to do that in this particular home. So that's pretty cool. Also, off to the side, you're going to see the mudroom. You're going to see your laundry room. So let me show you real quick, a quick little view. You have your mudroom right here. So just imagine your kids come in, they're walking from the garage. You need a place to just hang their jackets, raincoat, place for shoes. They can do that. But I'm be honest, like my kids, it don't matter you have it or not. It magically never makes it to that spot. But it seems pretty cool. You can have it if you choose to use it like this. This is a nice, cool space to kind of take all the way up. You can have a little storage for some of your everyday items. Now, then you have the laundry room here. They were able to squeeze, and I'm going to say squeeze this in, where you have a sink and you have a little counter space so you can fold, as well as you have cabinets. And then, of course, you have your washer and dryer. You still got a little hanging space. Well, not hanging space, but a little space above for shelving too as well. Also, your electrical boxes is all wired into here, so you don't have to go around looking from room to room to find out where all your electrical, your wiring, as well as all of your plumbing lines is right there too as well. So one of the things we're going to go back, we're going to take a look at one of the rooms right off the garage. This room right here is just your standard size room, but in this room you're going to see a little bit bigger than some of the other rooms, a little bit more space. Also, you have a full bathroom in this room as well. So if you have family members or older kids, they want their own personal space, they have that. We have a bathroom with just a shower, not an actual tub, but you have a shower. Also, you see here we have the half bath that has a little bit of a I don't know if you can call that a leopard print, but it's a different print, different wallpaper. That's unique. Yeah, it looked like a giraffe. There you go. Giraffe is probably the way to go. So as you walk your way back through this kitchen, and forgot, then you got a pantry as well, right there. But plenty of cabinet space. You'll see the cabinets below. Forgot to mention that you got plenty of cabinet space throughout, all around the bottom. Some homes you don't see that. Then here you got your traditional. I would say this is more of your traditional, like um, I would say sitting room. I don't know if you say living room because the way the room is set, as you saw when you walk in, you can say that's a living room. Dining rooms, depending on how you do it, it's free flowing. That's what you see with a lot of spaces now and a lot of builders. You see a lot of free flowing. It's no den like in old homes. You have a section off and you have dens. You don't have that. So you got to be able to have a little bit of imagination and you can have the freedom to use the space. Now with this, it's cool. I like how they did it. Say it's a nice cold day, you want to sit by the fire, boom, you have your fire. You have the stone going all the way up. Some you have marble, just really depends on your finishes, depends on what you're comfortable with your style, your taste, you get that. Also, I like how they put the little wine rack right there, just to kind of break up the wall. It was like a dead space right there, so they put a nice little wine rack just to kind of bring a little bit of color to it. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's, I mean, everyday person can actually do that. I think that's pretty self-sufficient right there. I like that. Also, as you work your way across, then you have your dining area. Not bad. I like this. And the dining area has its own little flow to it, which I think is cool because now from this area, you can go from dining and you can go outside. So if you're entertaining, you're cooking, you're serving people, got sliding doors, you can just walk on from outside right on in and you get this nice little space. Now, it's up to you how you decorate it. Obviously, they use this space in a dining capacity. Some people might want to use it a little different. It's kind of up to you how you do it because, like I said, it's free flowing. So it's up to your creativity. Now, looking at that and we going back, one thing I want to mention with this, because you have a dual islands somewhat, you do have another area where you can sit, have your everyday food, whether you have your kids want to eat breakfast or just want to, sit and entertain, you have a little bit of a bench area as well. Now, this area to me is still comfortable. Like I said, I'm 6 foot, so you got plenty of space. It's plenty of clearance. You don't feel like you're sometimes, some places where, or some builders, as I would say, their bar area is really tight. So it's hard for a guy that's a little taller or a person that's a little taller to have clearance. So this gives you enough room, enough clearance to be able to eat and feel comfortable. Also, with this, that's unique about this particular model, they have dual sliding doors. So the way they design this area, this is more your traditional living room area. So you're sitting here, and I mean, it's plenty of space. Like, depending on how you want to do it. Now, behind me, you probably have your TV, and your TV can actually be seen from multiple viewpoints. But you have your TV behind me. They have another couch right there. So it depends on how you use the space. If you're not a big television person and you're just more of a just relaxing social space, this is perfect for that. Also, you can see they have a fan above, which definitely is great when you right off these big tall windows or the big tall sliding doors. So this keeps this area very cool. The more windows you have, the bigger space. You definitely need to know you want to have either some shutters, some type of blinds, or you want to have some type of curtains to make sure you keep your home cool. Now, one thing I will say, this is a very efficient home, energy efficient home. So it should be pretty easy to keep cool even in a hot day like this. It feels very, very comfortable. Now, what I will do, and I'm just gonna show it to you. I'm not gonna go out just yet, but you see you have sliding doors right here, and which is open up, and you can go right out to your patio, but you also have sliding doors right next to the dining room as well. So if I'm entertaining and it's a nice day, I can open those doors, get a nice breeze. I can open these doors, get a nice breeze. And if you're cooking, grilling outside, you want to have everything from an entertainment space, you can just easily walk in and out, free flowing. There's no problem. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now let's take a look at this primary. Now as you walk through, you have your linen closet, Not really much to show there, but you have a linen closet. But here, I really like this space. Very big. I feel like it's very nice size space. They didn't do a whole lot to the space like you might see in some of the primary bedrooms and other models. They just took the flooring that they used that you use on the floor and they just put it on the walls, right? nothing that was just some spectacular upgrade. But I think that just tells you that you can do stuff like this and still break up the room. And it's really simple. It's really creative, really simple. Also, they bumped this out. So this is an addition. So with the addition, you have more of a sitting area, an area that you can just sit here. If you like to read, you want to get up and just sit here and read in the morning or just kind of relax, you have that space, which this is a nice size bed. So you're looking at about a king size bed. So plenty of space, plenty of room. You got, of course, you got your dressers as well inside this space, but it's nice. It's pretty huge. Also, you got sliding doors. So you can kind of block that off, which I like because it gives you a little bit more space, especially when if you had to open doors like this, you might be kind of hitting your dresser. It just depends on, your furniture, but I like the sliding doors. It just gives more clearance and more flexibility. I'm starting to see a lot of people go into that just because they like to make it easy and flexible for themselves. Now, bathroom, really nice. You see marble all the way up. For us, the wall, you got his and hers sinks. Now you do have a vanity in which this is plenty of space. It's big. You have the gold trimming on your actual mirrors. So I definitely like that. And as far as a tub, this is probably one of the biggest tubs I've seen for soaking tubs. So if you're a person that like to have a soaking bath at night to relax, you got plenty of space to do that as well. Now, you also see the cabinets below. And I like this little storage area below. You notice you'll see this in high-end hotels. You'll see where they have some of like your linens, or you have like your towels like they have right here that you can store below, which is kind of bring a little bit of like, character to the room, and it's a unique design. But plenty of cabinets, plenty of area for someone to be able to, do your normal morning routine, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the next thing you'll see, the shower. The shower, I'll be honest, is a little tight. It's a little tighter than what you see some of the other homes, but the shower is not bad. One of the things you'll see, they tried to make well, not try, but they made the marble go all the way up. So it's really easy to clean, but not much to the shower, to be honest with you. I like it, but not much to it. Now, as you walk your way through, you have your closet. Now they customized this closet, okay? This closet has shelving throughout, plenty of custom shelving for you to just be able to store all your things. This is not something that's standard. Obviously, this is something you have to do yourself, but you can always ask the builder who built it. You can actually talk with them, and you can talk with that particular contractor and get those things done if you choose to do something like this in the primary. Now, what we want to do now is work our way to the backyard and take a look at the backyard and go from there. Okay, guys, before we go outside, one thing I want to make sure we do, take time, please like, subscribe. If you love the content we're providing, man, this would be a great time to be a subscriber. We want to continue to give you guys fire content. We want to make sure we're providing you with the information you need when it comes to real estate here in Houston, Texas. Also in the Houston area, not just Houston, Texas, we go all over. But we really love you to like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you can keep up with all the content that we're putting out. We'd love to make sure we're guiding you down the right path when it comes to buying real estate here in the Houston area. With that being said, we're going to work our way to the backyard. Now, like I said, sliding doors. Plenty of space, plenty of room for you to entertain. You can just walk right outside. You have your patio. Now, I will say this is an upgrade. It's a extended patio all the way down. So you'll see how you have two sitting areas. So they have just a normal sitting area. Right here, you have the fan above, which it keeps it a little bit cool, but in a day like this, it might be feeling like you're just blowing hot air. But it's pretty nice sitting area for this particular section. You're in the shade, so it's not too bad, especially right now in today's summer heat. And then what they did is they just took some pavers and they just extended it all the way out. Now, once again, this is telling you what's possible, okay? Not saying you're going to have this or this comes with the home, but this is possible on the things you could do to make this home come to life and make it your own. Bug. So one of the things you can see on this particular section of the actual patio, I'm gonna walk over, you can see what I was referring to. You have the second sliding door. So now you're coming from the living room to the patio, and now you have what they consider more of a dining area. So if you like to entertain, you want to eat outside on a beautiful day, boom, you have the patio to do that, okay? Also, you see these tall windows. So that's the one thing, the natural light that you're gonna get in some of these Highland homes is great. So you don't even really need your light on most of the time because you get plenty of natural light, but that also requires some type of shade, something to kind of keep the home from getting overly heated. What they did too, in this particular model, they just extended and made it like a little fire pit. So you got your little fireplace right here. You got a sitting area, you can gather, and then you can just sit here and relax. Now, this is still room for a nice little pool. You can come, have your extended patio. Then if you want a little pool, you have plenty of room to have a nice sized pool. If you're a person that like a big yard, then maybe this might not be the best lot for you, but this is a 60-foot lot. So I'm telling you, you got plenty of room to have a nice sized pool. You have extended patio, so you can entertain. They also have, matter of fact, I think it was over there, they have an area for a gas grill. So you can have gas grill as well. That's an option for you. But that's something you can take consideration if you decide that you like to entertain. The last thing is kind of working my way through, going back to, see, I'm a sweater. It's hot in Texas, man. So going back to the promotion right here, you have a Generac. This Generac powers the whole house. This is part of Highland's promotion from June 1st to August 31st. You have the opportunity, you build a home, you can get this free Generac, and you don't have to worry about ever losing any type of power. We're on the Gulf Coast. You do have storms from time to time, and sometimes you can lose power. So this prevents that. You can continue living, continue enjoying your life. You also have gas appliances, a gas stove, so you can still cook and do all those things that you need to do. So you actually can take advantage of that. So here's the thing. If you have questions about Highland, Sienna, Houston, Missouri City, please let us know. We would love to help you. Also, give us feedback. Tell us what you think about this home, the video. Make sure we understand what you're looking for. We want to make sure we're providing you with that good information. But with that being said, I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Have a blessed day. We see you back here soon.